I just showed you where the planet was, Saturn, and when Mars got there, this nigga young Dolph catches and dies. We know in this craft that Saturn, this is a book by Liz Green, Saturn is the devil. That's why she wrote the book Saturn and New. Now what I want to do is bring your attention to this nigga. Because anytime you dealing with gunshots, it's going to be this nigga right here. Oh, in the line. Was that not the same position that you just saw the planet Saturn was at when Dolph was born? Is not Mercury there right now? Mercury is the news and communication. Mars, the planet of what? Armed services and fire, violence and war, bloodshed, pistols. Y'all know me on this channel. Y'all know I always show you every time niggas get shot. That nigga Mars happens to be in a certain vicinity of space every single time. Shout out to Elon Musk. I promise you we'll be able to get my shit together. We've got enough compiled data. Blow Mars fuck up. Elon Musk got a shirt on with Whack 100. Very interesting because Whack 100 blood. Mars is blood. Whack used to run with Suge Knight. Suge Knight is a blood. Suge Knight name is Marion. Mar, M-A-R, Ion. Ion is a fucking silicon element. Mars, Ion. The Knight is a fucking warrior. They shed blood. Like this shit, and he's a fucking Aries. He signed a fucking Mars. Talking about Suge. Black 100 got a motherfucking Mars and Saturn are considered monolithic planets, with Mars being the lesser monolithic and Saturn being the greatest the greater monolithic. Every time that nigga come, bam, you get hit. Although Saturn takes longer to move, we just say it that. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, goddamn, this shit is already recorded. Mars and Saturn are considered monolithic planets. I just showed you where it was Saturn, and when Mars got there, this nigga young Dolph catches it. We know in this craft that Saturn, this is a book by Liz Green, Saturn is the devil. That's why she wrote the book Saturn and Look at Old Devil. You gonna stop bullshitting me.
Yes.
You gonna stop bullshit. And there's so much other stuff that we can get into, such as, which is a great observation, young Dolph's south node is about 12 degrees Scorpio, right where Mars is in the sky. Mars is in the same vicinity, which is the dragon's tail, which means it's automatically Mars in opposition to his north node, which is the dragon's head. The dragon represents fire. The nodes ain't no, they're little malefic point. They ain't no whipped cream and cherry type of fucking shit. The nodes in your birth chart are really malefic points. You can look this shit up. It's called the dragon's head, dragon's tail. Google this shit yourself and do the homework and see. Okay? So this brother is dead on that as well. Understand what I'm saying? And so we can go into Mars square this. I can go to other charts, progress charts, and show you some shit. Even when he got shot at, I'll show you when he got shot. Okay, when they did the 100 rounds, they really tried to get at his ass. Okay, I'll show you something. I'll show you how this thing works. So hold on, let me share the screen. Everybody, put the thumbs up button. Go through his chart. This happened on like the 26th of February 2017. I don't save this thing. Right? Okay. So, yeah. So now what we're looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is notice that he has Mars when he was born. Mars is at 1 degrees Leo. If you look at the numbers in the house, first of all, let's do it this way. Y'all see where it said Mars right here, so you can become symbol literate. Then it says 1 degree Leo. Okay. Now, only thing we got to do is find that symbol in black, which is right here in the 5th house, house number 5. Take my time because I understand some of y'all may be new to this. This is a birth chart. Notice there's numbers inside of the wheel. 1, 2, 3. Go in the circle of 4. Like go to house number 5. Go down and you're going to see Mars, the circle with the arrow, is at 1 degree 54 minutes. And that's what the data sheet says at the bottom, the key, the symbol graph. Mars, 1 degree Leo, 54 minutes, 6 seconds. But Mars in the sky at the time that he got shot at is in green. So when you look at it in green, it says what? 21 degrees Aries, 16 minutes. Now, you have to know the rules. If you're 21, okay, I'm gonna try to do some shit to make this shit make sense to you, so bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Yeah. Y'all gotta understand this shit. And boy, I promise y'all got me back in my bag. I had to go out today, and I had to go to the goddamn Catholic. I had to go to the Catholic. Go to the Catholic church to go get some shit because y'all need to understand some shit. And I'm like, boy, y'all won't let me get out the game. I'm trying to go one fucking full-fledged real estate and shit, and I can't get out the game.
For real.
Y'all won't let me.
No.
So this is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna draw a big black arrow right here. Okay. Now this black arrow pointing at Mars right here is where Mars was in the sky on the day that young Dolph got shot at over 100 times. Y'all saw the data. It's 21 degrees. Now, technically, Mars, if you go up 10 degrees from 21, okay? So, if we wanted to do, let me see here, let me just give you another little arrow, okay? I'm gonna make this arrow purple. The reason I'm making purple is we just wanna count the degrees, okay? So all we wanna do is count the degrees, okay? So Mars is at 21 already. So we can go 10 degrees up, ladies and gentlemen. So that would be 21, so then we're about to go to 22, right? Keep on going, 3, right here, and all the way, so if we keep on counting, 21 plus 10 is 31. But the thing is, in astrology, you go up to 30, that's the last degree, and then the next degree is 0. Okay? So let's just count up with me. I'll show you how to count in the zodiac. Y'all ready? Mars was at, let's go back to where so you can see it in green from the data sheet, 21 degrees. Let's count up 10 degrees. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 8, 29. 0 will be 0 degrees Taurus. That's 9 degrees we just counted. 0 will be 9 degrees. When we get to 9 degrees, we'd be at 29 Taurus. All right? 0 Taurus rather. So now we got one more degree to count because we can count 10 degrees, which would be 1 degree Taurus. Okay? So now when we get to 1 degrees Taurus, that will be right here. Okay? Right here will be 1 degree Taurus. Now, 1 degrees Taurus, or this orb starts at 21, yes? Within 10 degrees. Guess what that squares? This right here.
That's brother and Pooh right there. Y'all make sure y'all go check him out.
Hip-hop astrology.
So that's damn near a 90-degree angle, but since it's 10 degrees off, it's an 80-degree angle. So an 80-degree angle is your ass. That's the square. The law of the orb. I hope y'all really understand that shit. Because this 1 degree Leo is picking up energy as if some shit was at 1 degrees Taurus. That's what I'm saying. Okay? This 1 degree Leo energy is picking up energy from something at 1 degrees, but it's not precisely at 1 degrees Taurus, it's at 21 degrees Aries, which puts it in proximity. We call it an orb. It puts it in proximity. And I get a little something right here. This will be the proximity. All this right here. We're gonna get to 1. So all this blue shit is the proximity. Okay? It's the proximity degree. So it's there. The energy is what? On its way. We call that approaching. Because the energy day by day is getting closer to the magic number, which will be 1 degrees Taurus. Now, if we were to go to a square chart, yes, remember the square chart? I always show y'all this shit, right? Leo to Taurus is what? Is that not a square, ladies and gents? Huh? That not a square? That's a square. Y'all saw the energy coming from late Aries, very close to Taurus. When you get to Taurus, Taurus to Leo creates a problem. So that's when he got shot at over 100 times. Now what we're telling you, watch this shit real closely. Because let's just say this. I'm gonna take this circle, and I'm turning red because that's Mars. Okay, so this is where he got shot at when it was like right here. Yes, and then this is where it was at when he was born, right here in Leo. Yes, and then right now in the motherfucking sky, in the chart, where's that shit at right now? Scorpio. He's on the fixed motherfucking cross. Or what we call, the fixed grand square. He's on this shit, obviously. Obviously. When this shit lines up, this is where the shit goes off at. As motherfucking described by the ancient laws. Right on point. Right? And
hold on, I want y'all to see these squares real quick. Try to square it out for y'all, but as you can see, it comes with the different, the different signs and showing you what square up with what.
And I'm the fucking Aquarius telling you what's up. But see, this, hey, and you say it all the time. Come on over here if you want to, Mars. Got something for you. Got something for you. You see? So this is the time where I tell you, there's a certain time where you need to know, in my opinion, where this motherfucker is at. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. Especially if you're a street nigga. Especially if you're a street nigga. That's right, he was shot at LA on conjunct his sun in his progress chart. So you said it. I'm gonna show you. I'm not gonna even show you the progression, but I'm gonna show y'all. The progression. So let me share my screen, because he was shot at a couple months later, back on 9/26. Of 2017. So watch this. We're gonna change this chart to a progress chart.
I felt you staring at me that again.
Right here. And then I'm gonna hit with transits, because I need to see where the planets were at on the day of. His progress chart simply means how his chart has grown over time and kept moving, and it mirrors your age and who you are right now. So as you get bigger and supposed to get older and wiser, your planets keep ticking too. Okay, so you got a natal chart and you got a progress chart. Okay, so now let's look at his progress chart. He's a 5-degree Virgo back then when he got shot. And where is Mars, ladies and gentlemen? Where's Mars? Right there. So Sun 5 degrees Virgo, Mars 13 degrees Virgo. That's a conjunction. Mars is in the same freaking vicinity in space. So now when Mars is on your goddamn progressed motherfucking sun, nigga, we can feel some shit. Because guess what? Remember, when you go back to his natal chart, okay? When you go back to his natal chart, was he not born with what? Mars and Sun were close together. See, and Rob technically Mars was square. Okay? So Mars and the Sun were born together. You want to see it? What it looked like in the sky on the day he was born? 1885, 7/27. Here it is right here, okay? Mars and the Sun are in perfect freaking alignment on the day he was born. So the planet of gunshots was right there in the same spot of your sun sign. And now when that planet rotates and they be at odds, when, you know, Mars is at odds with the Sun, when it's square or in opposition, this is the timeline of when you likely experience that reality. So now, since Mars is in Scorpio, like I said, it started squaring this energy.
I found your water bottle actually. Move your leg. What do you mean?
You understand?
I was in the car.
Go over your head, not your arm. Right? So it's really that simple. So rest in peace, Dolph, man. Dolph was, I like Dolph.
I just
Dolph shit was hard.
I said,
You know what
I
I'm
didn't
saying?
hear you. I said, huh?
I know how to pop it out.
not that
I
big.
don't like it.
That's one, didn't you?
You know what I mean? Sad.
It's been better than me.
Very sad.
Let the window
Very
go.
sad. But this is how
I said, I said,
That's how you pop one out with this.
gauge
Hey,
this
look at me.
information.
it's not disrespectful.
Apply it to yourself.
I'm not sure.
Apply
Don't
it
do
to
what you do.
yourself. I said, apply it to yourself. Like I said today, I had to go.
I had a good day.
Step back from the priesthood bag, and I had to
That's
go
how
to
I
the
know
Catholic
because
boys
I
because
left
they
my
got some
water
shit.
bottle. I had
Don't get
nothing
it
to
twisted.
drink on.
Hey, quiet down. I can hear.
Y'all can go.
No, I thought
Ain't
it was
nothing.
water.
You can go to the church that's jamming, sissy rolling, and doing.
yeah.
So tomorrow I have to play my fun booking place.
Another church
The booking was called.
later that
You have to
was
guess the
Trinity,
number of minus or plus.
they did
And you have to look on the screen.
candles lit and shit.
What
They
is
really do
10, 9, 11, 12, 13, 100,
See,
or something? And then tap the circle, square, triangle, and that's it.
To really
That's how you play it. You have time.
demons and shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's time on the computer,
Whole white
and
shit that you
and
need to
you
do.
get it on
Really
the side
look.
X. I did not get the winner prize. Desmond got the winner prize. Desmond was the highest one. Wait, Naomi was the highest one. hot. No, that's Tyreek.
I saw Tyreek in the hallway earlier.
Tyreek? What he's doing? What's he wanting?
What's out the Cancer?
Well, it was mostly running with
That
Riley.
don't stick out to me. What's out the Cancer?
Yeah, I was taking some of the pictures.
Not sticking out of my head. Scorpio. Leo. That's what your friend say?
What?
Dang, no wonder I kept on saying just like Nip. Cause he was a
Why
Leo
does she
too.
have to go to the dentist for a
It
thing?
like it feel like that.
Nurse office for an ice pack. Whatever.
She wasn't going for ice pack. I didn't say nothing about what she was going for.
Man, on the way to the crib,
You think you was going to get?
No, I was thinking.
and it say if you were born Cancer Leo cusp between July 19th and July 25th, you have a wide range of personality traits. They can either make you or break you. But that is not what they talking about that shit. That is not between the seven.
That's how we talked to Wyatt about when she talked about Wyatt, and she said that we. And I'm telling her that she said, and she said she's not gonna talk to me.
Definitely is. Why you start mumbling at the end?
She climbed up on top of it.
What?
Take her off.
What was you talking about?
Riley,
Where was you at?
taking Serenity to the nurse, and then Riley, and then I saw Riley.
Who in the world is...
Riley said, who's that? She said, who? Me.
Yeah, so,
I said,
they say, right. Sagittarius. Wow. You two is something else, I tell you that. You heard. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. Cause I was arguing about nothing. Keep on telling y'all, stop being petty. Keep on thinking petty. You're gonna have a petty life. Petty people don't got no money. People with money ain't got time to be petty. And petty people ain't got no money.
Heard about a natal chart, birth chart, never looked at it. This is the video for you. Before you watch this, you have to watch my first two videos so it will help everything to make sense even more clear. So after the first two videos, come back to this. So reading the birth chart is so important to know. It basically tells you everything you need to know about yourself. When I say everything, I mean everything. It tells you every single thing about your life purpose and your life journey in this lifetime. So in order to read that, it's hella complicated. There's hella shit to it. I understand. Even I myself don't know every single thing about it. That's how deep it gets. Like it's so complex. But what I'm gonna do in this video is like break it down for like beginners, like the things you gotta learn.
right.
So before you start
Start
that,
taking
there's a simple concept that we all have to understand, that we all know, but I'm just gonna like speak it so we understand it. That there is a duality in everything in life. Everything in life has two, like an opposite or duality, or just everything in life is down, except for time. So in duality, you know, and all that. So the duality in astrology, though, this is what you have to understand, and this is what the duality in astrology is: as above, so below. So whatever happens above in the ethers, in the galaxy, whatever happens above directly affects what happens below, which is where we live on Earth. Like whatever happens above directly affects what happens below on our Earth plane. So that's why the natal chart is a picture of what happened above when you were born. So that's why, like, to figure this out, you gotta get your time of birth, which is very important. If you don't know your time of birth, by the way, because some people don't know, which is like kind of unfortunate, but some people don't know the time they were born. You can use 12 p.m. like as a time, but when you use a time that you're not born and use 12 p.m., and that's not your time, understand that your birth chart is not as like accurate. It's not as pinpoint as if you knew your time, but it will still tell you everything you know. But your moon sign and your rising sign might be a little off because you're your exact time. So you need the time you were born, you need the place that you were born, and your birthday. So as above, the chart just shows you a picture of what the universe was above, and that tells you how you are below. That makes sense. You understand what that means. As above, so below. For every reaction is an opposite and equal reaction. So everything's duality too. So understand it. So this is my first time like trying to make a video using a lot of like images. So my editing skills, I'm getting better as I go. Like videos are getting better. So I tell it and shit, but it's all good. But so to start off, you have to understand the symbolisms that you're gonna see in the chart. I'm gonna drop a lot of pictures so y'all can actually visually see it. So you might not see me so much in this video, but y'all be alright. So they're called glyphs, so glyphs, G-L-Y-P-H-S, glyphs. So understand the symbolisms of each sign. So I'm gonna drop a picture of 12 signs and their symbols. Yeah. Feel free to screenshot as much as you need to, pause as much as you need to. This video, I don't expect y'all, if you never did this before, never read about this, never understood this, never learned about this, don't be hard on yourself trying to learn all in one time. Astrology takes time.
That is mountain.
Just take your time. Allow it to sink in your head. At the same time, don't try to force yourself to learn everything at once. That's confusing. So pause as much as you need to. Screenshot as much as you need to. So the glyphs for your signs are the following, and then you have to understand the glyphs for the planets. Now, here we have a lot of planets inside of us. We have something called the inner planets and the outer planets. What I'm going to be discussing in this video, because it's just beginners, just starters, I'm just going to talk about the inner planets. And that's the one that directly affects you as a person. The outer planets are the planets that, like, you know, affect your whole generation. And the inner planets include your sun, your moon, Venus, Mars, and your outer planets include Saturn, Uranus, Pluto, Jupiter. Those are the ones that your whole generation is going to like. So for me, I'm gonna drop my chart too. You're gonna see that. For me, I'm born in 1995. So all the people that was born in 1995 will have the same outer planets as me. Those planets move slow. So now that you see the symbols, and now that you understand the concept of what a natal chart is, now I'm gonna help y'all understand how to read your birth chart. The website that I use, and this is the one I found the most easiest for me, is called theastrocodex.com. I'm gonna drop the link in the description box. It's very simple for beginners. It's very simple to understand. Once you put in the information in the calculator, it shows you the birth chart, it shows you the wheel, and on the bottom when you scroll down, you can actually click on each link. Like let's say you have a sun in Aquarius, you'll click Sun in Aquarius, and then you'll read through, like, they have information you can read about it. You could do that, or you could just watch one of my videos, because I have all 12 signs. So I titled it, what is Aquarius energy, what is Cancer energy. I didn't say what is Cancer sun sign, because I just talked about the energy. So you have like Capricorn sun and an Aquarius moon. You can watch the Aquarius video and you will still resonate with it, because that's the energy I was talking about. So now, without further ado, I'm about to get hella personal with y'all and show you my birth chart. Y'all gonna know me. Y'all gonna know who I am on paper. Like, y'all gonna know who I really am. This is what I do. I'm here to help y'all understand and learn about yourself, self-love. You cannot know who you are without. You cannot love yourself without knowing who you are. So, without further ado, let's get it poppin'. Alright, so boom. Now, the first thing you're gonna see when you look at the birth wheel, you're gonna see hella lines, hella symbols in the wheel. Some look very confusing. And by that, I'm gonna tell y'all the things that you should really look for right now for just starting. So, as you notice on the outside of the circle, you will see the 12 zodiac signs and the glyphs I was talking about. Mine will look different from yours if you're not a Libra rising. On the left, you can see it says AC. AC means your ascendant. So my ascendant is Libra, so that's where my chart starts. You see the Libra sign right there on the left. That's where it starts. And it goes around like that. So now, looking inside the circles, you will see small numbers from 1 to 12. Those are something called houses. We have houses. I'm gonna drop another picture explaining. I'm not gonna talk about houses too much because that'll be confusing in this video. This is just like for beginners. But houses basically are like this. Each sign, houses go in order from the sign. So like Aries is the first sign. So Aries is house number 1. Taurus is the second sign. Taurus is house number 2, and then so on. So each house represents what the energy of that sign represents. So Aries is about myself, me. So house number 1 is self. Like Virgo is about, serving and helping people. House number 6 is about serving and health and all that. The same thing that Virgo represents is what the house represents, like just like that. So what you're gonna what you want to look for when you first start, this is what you want to look for, because there's a lot of shit you're looking at. I'm just gonna tell you what you want to look for. The symbols for the inner planets I was talking about, the Venus, the Mercury. Oh, I forgot to say that. Mercury, the Venus, Mercury, Mars, Sun, and Moon. You're gonna look for that in your chart. So in my case, if you go to the 4th house and you see how it's cut into like a pizza, they have like 12 cuts in it. Go to the house number 4 and you will see that moon symbol. That means that my moon and that dash right next to that dash on the right, there's like 3 dashes in the 4th house. The dash all the way to the right, that's what the moon represents. So that.
Did you know you can make more money selling on Walmart than on Amazon? Walmart has created a brand new marketplace that's driving millions of potential buyers to your products. And right now, the competition is super low. The truth is, it's been...
These small lines going around the whole circle, those are something called degrees. That's why it's very important to understand the time you were born, so you know like the exact degree that the planet was at when you were born. So my moon is in the Aquarius because the moon glyph, the moon symbol, the dash is in the Aquarius region. If you move along to the right to the 5th house, you will see the Venus sign, the Venus glyph, and that's also in Aquarius. And you see the dash inside the Aquarius. Moving on, you go to the 6th house, you see my Mercury is in Pisces, and you see the sun sign, which is the circle with the dot in it, is in Aries. See the dash is in the Aries region. So that's how you like read like what symbols go with what sign, what degree. It's like it's just easily to understand because it just tell you straight up what it is. Moving along, you will see that when you go to house number between 10 and 11, you see that my Mars is in Leo because It's right in the middle of 10 and 11, house 10 and 11, but it's in the Leo region. So that's how you can look at the circle and understand what signs are in what region. Now the lines, I'm just going to tell you what the lines are. I'm not going to explain it too deep in this video, but the lines is basically, there's something called aspects. And this basically tell you how the planets, the position that they are, how they are related to each other. So even if you don't even read this circle on the website I gave you, the Astro Codex, when you scroll down, they'll tell you everything. So I'm just telling y'all how to look at it and understand the symbols and the line. When you scroll down, it'll tell you everything you need to know, like the sun and the moon, and it'll tell you that. You click the link and you will learn about it and it'll make sense.
Go ahead.
So
Astro
understand
Codex.
that you have
You got to check
to
this shit
know
out.
how to read your birth chart. You have to look at your birth chart. You have to study this. What you want to start off studying in the birth chart are your inner planets, and that's what I was talking about. That's what I said. The sun, the Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Start off with those 5 planets, and also your rising sign. So if your Venus is in Sagittarius, watch my Sagittarius video, and you understand how you are when you are. Venus is represented by love and attraction and money also, so you understand how you are in that department.
You got another chart?
My first videos I talk about the planets mean, like what the moon means, the sun means. So all you're doing is putting the pieces together to understand how your energy is made up.
That's what he's talking
The
about.
video gets like 5 million views or something. One person will not comment and tell me I have the same exact chart as you. Every single chart is completely different. The same way that nobody has the same fingerprint as you. Every single chart is completely different. That's what people say. That's why when people say astrology is so broad and I'm not my sign and you can't put me in a box. Nobody's putting you in a box unless you look at your chart and you see everything. Like that chart, those lines represent so much. Like every single detail on that chart alone represents a lot. But what my job is going to be is trying to explain it to y'all, to break it down, and to help y'all understand how to read it, because that helps you know who you are, what your energy is made up of. Once you understand your chart and study your chart and learn about it and you see and realize how it plays out, because this is like my life on paper. So if you were to know me in real life, you'd be like, alright, so this man is an Aquarius moon, that's why he acts like this. Alright, so this man is a Aries, that's why he acts like that. So you're looking at it on paper, the blueprint. Before you build a house, you make a blueprint, it's on paper. And then when you look up, you built it, it's reality, you see it. You see what was on paper and reality. That's what the natal chart is, that's what the birth chart is. So once you study yours, then you can ask people around you that you're in relationships with, your parents, like your friends, so you can learn and study about how they're made up. And that's how you can study people and learn about people and understand people to the max. Life is all about learning and experiencing things, but you have to learn about yourself first so you get the most out of your life journey. So this is just for beginners. I'm going to have to drop more in depth and more deep into the birth chart, but I'm not trying to drop too much information on y'all right now. So understand that starting off, if you never did this before, just plug in your information, which is your birth time, your birthday, the day you were born, and that website, the Astro Codex I gave y'all, the calculator. Look at all your planets, focus on the inner planets, Moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars. Focus on that first. Focus on learning that first. If your Mars is in Leo like me, watch the Leo video and you will have a general understanding of that energy that you have. Like we're all made up of more than one sign, obviously. That's why you can't be the one person that says like, yo, I hate Capricorns or yo, I hate Scorpios, because you never know, you might have like sign inside of your energy. We're all made up of all the signs together. The only thing that makes us different is how it's positioned differently. So I'm not making this video too long. I'm I'm gonna be coming back with y'all with more videos. I just been a little busy. I'm on my grind right now, school and work, but I'm not making no excuses.
Bakery was engineered from the ground up for the urban traveler. In order to do this, we had to design an aircraft for
Custer some white.
Oh my God.
Ran off of a podcast.
Charleston White. He says if he really did something, he would have went to jail for it. It would have been some evidence.
That's such a bad argument. When like 95% of rapists don't go to jail. Be like, I'm not in jail.
You know more racists than rapists or midgets?
That's like I never got a speeding ticket, so I never spit. It's like, okay.
Girls need a little raping sometimes. What the fuck?
What?
He did not say that.
He said that shit. He said girls need a little raping
I
sometimes.
think they talking about Charleston
Hey
White.
man, Custer's a crazy guy, man.
He finally got pressed by some real fucking. I mean, I don't know if those guys were actively like claiming to be gang members or not, but they definitely were ready to stand on their shit.
I see every time this nigga gets into a real altercation with somebody face to face, he walks out.
Yeah, right.
He obviously don't fight nobody. He going to get his gun. That's what the fuck he wanted. That's what the fuck I do too. Oh, y'all tripping? That's his podcast. Before you get to yours, nigga. Bro, this is every week. If that's what it's not everywhere. I don't like how the boss talk nigga was being like biased because it was like hold on, we the nigga as soon as the niggas was talking, you feel me? And then Custer was cutting them off. He's just like, this is my platform. Like he attacked the LA niggas like this is my platform and stuff like that. We all men and stuff. It's like, nah, nigga, let these the
niggas
Charleston nigga from LA?
No, Charleston, Texas.
Okay, yeah.
He's scared to come
I was about to say, I like that.
Well, he's scared to come here.
How is he still alive?
It's just crazy that he finally met some question him, challenge him face to face.
Well, I feel like he
And
talks to
ran him out
interviewers.
there.
He don't really be on
But
podcasts.
nobody who interviews him disagrees with him.
Yeah, he's
Nobody
like talking like the
bothers
Vlad
to
and
really bicker with him to
Yeah,
much
they
of a
just let
degree.
him. They just let him
They let him
speak.
say
They're
whatever,
running a
yeah.
rant. Yeah, they just going for the views. Like if he on here, he probably couldn't talk that much shit to y'all. I'm sure. You know, he was talking about. He said we was gonna kill him and his spirit told him all type of shit.
He's here to come here. You did say that you kind of did start it in essence in terms of threatening.
Bro, I ain't threatening that nigga, but when you sit there, bro, and you dissing our peoples, like people that we all look up to, that what we stand for, my nigga, like, you think you can just walk around freely and we not doing shit like that?
Like, we gotta talk on the podcast, and after the podcast, I just gotta pretend like you didn't say all this crazy ass shit.
Like, you feel me saying fuck Nipsey and fuck Monster Cody and fuck Raymond Washington and fuck all these people. Like, my nigga, you're the people that are no
What do you say about
longer-
Monster Cody?
Bro, he said
Everything. You said everything about every game member. Like,
Nigga, fuck Krabs, fuck Slides.
Yeah, he said fuck my dad homies. He actually said fuck my dad too. And I'm like, damn, I nigga didn't even throw his ugly ass wife.
Yeah, they said they ran up on him.
You want the video? Who got the video?
Is it a video of the aftermath?
Hold on, wait till you see. Hold on, we're gonna
It's a video of
second.
filming the crime scene, telling everybody what he saw. Yeah, they just ran up on that boy.
We need a source of Memphis. Talk to somebody. Yeah,
I mean, how can the only one of them find that confirmed it?
yeah, it's good. Yeah.
they say they can't confirm this. They don't, but we cannot confirm these reports. And Memphis police department has confirmed that the male victim was pronounced dead. Oh yeah, he did.
Of course, scientists.
That shit gave me goosebumps. The second homie that done died this week. That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro. Like, niggas, that's why I say, man, we hate each other more than, we hate each other.
Hey, he really dead though? For real?
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Man.
We really hate each other, man.
That's right. You gotta do something about this shit, bro. Like, this can't continue like this, bro.
Y'all be safe out here. Wow. Oh, yeah.
That's why I hate dangerous, nigga.
This shit. Hey,
Man, keep them
hit different when niggas get killed in the city, man.
That's like going to the photo. Like, the area he was at, like,
shit, bro.
I just talked to my man. He said they hit the nigga while he was passing out turkey.
Are you kidding me?
They say he was passing out turkey and went up on him and gave information.
That gotta be the most evil shit, bro. These niggas evil.
Hold on, watch this though. These niggas will tell you. You listen, when niggas tell you they on demon time and all that shit, you don't think these niggas manifest that shit to themselves? Man, y'all better quit talking. Y'all better quit saying that shit. That type shit talking about you a demon and
Nah, this what it is. You gotta be ready and have your niggas around you ready.
Fucking right. If you gonna be on that time, nigga, you better be prepared that though. I just said that.
You know, he live in Atlanta. He don't even live out here. Right. They say he was down there passing out turkey. Nigga went home to help out for Thanksgiving. Nigga and got killed. He don't even go up here, nigga. Nah, he don't.
So he wasn't even Dolo?
I mean, I don't know who was around him or whatever, but he probably, if he passed out turkey, probably had some lightweight with some other kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was there to pass out turkeys, but they caught him by himself picking up some cookies. That's what they do.
Community people.
It's just letting everybody else tell their side.
I know, but since I'm listening to it, I have to reply. I'm not the person that just sit there and just listen. I'm an active
Niggas hit your vehicle with over 100 shots. Niggas will let your niggas be simmer and niggas get sidetracked and forget. But then you never can forget when you got beef, nigga. Hey, what y'all heard me say? When I tell
I'm the
you,
person that talks to
I'm not a
the
game
TV. It's like they can hear me.
but I got a move like that because just because I changed don't mean the motherfuckers out there. I've been at it since don't change. I always said it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yourself at all times, man. You been a street nigga your whole life. Nigga, ain't no walking away from that
like
shit.
how you niggas so pumped that I rubbed up way back, coming back after all these years.
That
nigga.
part.
Y'all, they been saying
those way.
Is he in the city?
niggas die in their own city, bro.
How do you say your name? Is it Maika? You said she's in Memphis. Yeah. Very close with folks that are related to him. And so I saw him go up while I was at a business luncheon that said the best. So my girlfriend, you can see it in the PCR, because I thought maybe, they with celebrities, they try to say some people passed away, and you can see her responses.
That's crazy.
So he actually wasn't doing turkeys, he was getting something for his mother, for his mom.
Well, I just talked to Pete. You know, they be real close. Pete my brother nigga too. In Atlanta though. That's what people don't understand.
He was safe in the Bay when he came out of here.
We were just talking at Pete's birthday party, and I wanted him to put this into something like, right, just get it in, gave me his new line, and talked to the nigga, like, right, I'm waiting on you to set it up. Shit crazy.
That'd be the crazy thing.
I'm trying to think you can go back to them, especially Memphis, them little ass motherfuckers. That's everything right around the corner from each other.
So
not only that,
TMZ just confirmed it too.
Can rappers even go back? Can rappers even go? Because every rapper is done in that city. So rappers even go back. Every rapper
Mercury, Dolph, got shit, even back then, all the way to Tupac. Every rapper is dying. They not.
Tupac died.
Tupac died.
So I asked that
Energy.
Like, if you gonna say that shit, nigga, you better say it right.
Niggas be on technical lessons.
Really quick, I see Pro Black is panel. Can I have a question with Pro Black? Or maybe like two questions. Pro Black, I've been listening to you for a moment, and I sort of kind of understand your disposition. He dropped back off.
Well, Taz, you'll have to remind me to put a little.
Excuse me.
All right.
I need to bless you when I burp.
Should I shake him?
Well, my question was to Pro Black, but he dropped back off the panel.
Oh, okay.
That's what I understand.
Yeah, so nice premieres starting now for those who watch that. I wasn't planning on being here. This most definitely
Doing everything.
That's what I said. I tried to heal it. Probably need some dick.
Pro Black, you back. Can you hear me? I have a question for you. Hi.
Okay.
I've been listening to you, and I kind of sort of understand your disposition, and I'm not going to argue you on it. I just have one clean question for you. With all that's being said and all that's happening, what do you suggest Black women do to protect themselves?
He gone again, girl. He gone. He left.
He should pop back up in a second. Give him a moment. I just want to see what he says with a clean backdrop.
Oh, my bad, ma'am. You know, on my internet connection. But go ahead.
I understand. One more time, and I'm just asking, what do you suggest Black women do to protect themselves? Well, answer my question, and then I'll answer yours personally. You can ask me that. But what do you think Black women should do to protect themselves?
Protect themselves.
Domestic violence and abuse.
Whoa.
Well, you know, since we in the system of white supremacy, the most logical thing they would do is call the police. I mean, that's the logical thing to do. It's safer.
Okay.
It's better than just getting a gun and taking the black life.
Okay, now you ask me your question. What's your question?
I disagree with.
If you're struggling to start an e-commerce store, I don't get it. There's a ton of misinformation out there. Fake results being promoted.
Welcome back to another video. One guy has one pair of shoes that doesn't match the two other people. Now look at the back of the hoodie on these two people. They kind of look the same, but they don't. Now it looks like the surveillance footage and the surveillance actual picture is within seconds. The way these guys have these laced up, their hoodie is not moving. Now this guy hoodie looks one way, and this guy hoodie looks this way. Looks like two different people, but they're dressed the same way. Definitely strategic. These guys didn't come to play. Like I said, they were gloved up, socked up, masked up, and hoodied up. Now the internet is saying these guys look young. It looks like they're under the age of 21. Now what does that mean? Me personally, I feel like Dolph is not being with anyone under the age of 21, strictly because Dolph is around 36 years old. I feel like this is someone higher up, someone around his age, someone around his caliber that he was beefing with, and unfortunately, he sent them young boys to do it. They were about their business. They were really strategic. They were really calculated. I want to tell you why. Because the way this picture looks, they knew actually not to get in the cookie store. They were a few feet away. They caught him by surprise because once he knew they were actually letting off on him, he was already hit. So once he turned around to react, they were already emptying on him. Now, according to the picture, if you really look at the picture, this is an edited picture because of YouTube, of course. If you look at it, the surveillance picture shows that they're actually aiming down. So it looks like Dolph is already on the ground, and it looks like they just let off just to make sure he was gone. Now, I can understand why it would make sense to me in my mind. He had 2 officially attempts on his life on paper. But you got to remember, he was frequent through the hoods. Could have been a lot of attempts on Dolph's life that we didn't know about. It could have happened a week ago. It could have happened a month ago. And it shows that Dolph knew what was up because he was strapped, but he tried to retaliate, but unfortunately, he couldn't get to him because they already had the drop on him. It looks like they had 2 Dracos and another guy. You're not going to war. You're not retaliating on 2 Dracos when you just have that one strap, if you understand what I'm saying. Now, I feel like these young men are going to be caught. I feel like they have the logos present in the surveillance footage. They bet not have a cell phone. But it looks like the way they came out and did it, it looks like they were trained. It looks like they were calculated. I feel like they didn't have their cell phones with them, but they can get caught with those logos. But on top of that, if they were really smart, it looks like these shoes, they found these shoes, their clothing wasn't their clothing. According to somebody that was in Memphis that I was reading the comment, they said it was hot yesterday. So for them to be masked up with joggers on and things like that, I knew that they were planning this. They were planning this from the day before. They knew when Dolph got there, they were going to do that to him. Now, I feel like they will get caught strictly because of the clout. It's 2021. In the city of Memphis, everything is viral right now. Everyone is invested in this young Dolph story. Everyone knows someone that knows someone, especially in the streets. With this particular situation with Dolph, it doesn't make sense for anyone to do something to him and they don't actually claim it or own up to it. I want to tell you why. Because in the streets, when you beef with somebody, whatever is over, the word needs to come back that this person was responsible for it. You know what that brings? That brings respect and that brings power. So we're going to find out. A lot of people don't recognize that the streets and the internet is the same thing. Everybody has a cell phone. These gangsters are getting on their cell phone telling their business. And I feel like everybody's going to get caught because there's too many people involved. We got over 2 actual shooters on young Dolph. In 2021, and this is going viral, somebody's going to start to talk. Somebody knows someone that knows someone. Now, I want to address the rumor that people were saying that young Dolph had no personal security. Now, me personally, I found a video. I don't know if it's credible, but it shows a guy being locked up right after this incident happened. Yeah,
all the hoes are coming out exposing him. Like, bitch, sit down.
But according to the person that was actually recording this live,
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of bitches showing him their messages and shit. Like, bitch.
So, who knows? I will definitely dig into it.
These hoes be thirsty.
Dog, like I said, he was trying to defend himself, but he couldn't because they had to drop on with some Dracos. Ain't no way you're going to be able to react and return fire. One single strap when they got 2 Dracos and they catch you off guard. Now, the actual location where he passed away, they said he was a frequent at this location. They said that they are honking and saddened by the person of Dolph. They said he was a regular customer and loved the cookies. My parents are in a lot of pain from this. Our hearts and condolences go out to his family. He will never be forgotten, and he will be so missed. Now, let's jump into the nitty-gritty, you guys. I got the picture of the surveillance. Now, we have somebody that knows Dolph. Somebody that knows Dolph and is really connected to the streets, and they're giving the information on what happened to Dolph. Now, according to him, before I play it, I want to, decipher for you guys. Dialects can be misconstrued, so I want to explain it to you in layman terms. Now, pretty much he said Dolph was frequent through the Memphis area, especially this particular area. He said the area that he passed away at is only 2 miles from his grandma's house, which he was raised at. Now, according to him, he said Dolph was regular. He'd be pumping gas. He'd be at a grocery store, packages. He'd go up the street and get a 2-piece, sit in his car, dolo, eat it, and he knew he had no problems with the people in his neighborhood. So that's another thing that I feel like they're going to put 2 and 2 together. So if there's nobody in his neighborhood, it's somebody across town. And who is the people across town? Those people are going to be celebrating. Those people are going to be talking. And I'm sure Dolph had history of beefing with those people across town. So everybody's going to put 2 and 2 together. But yeah, he said Dolph came out. He pulled up. He got 3 cookies and some ice cream. As soon as he ordered his food, he turned around. And as soon as he turned around, they started to let off on him. Now, he said the person in the actual restaurant went to aid Dolph, but he was already gone because they had, like I said, they had to drop on him. They parked in the middle of the parking lot. So Dolph couldn't even see them. You know how you're in a restaurant or you're somewhere and you can...
America, the greatest country in the world, right? But you know how many people are actually free in this country?
Welcome back to another video with IDB TV.